So we have this 7-module professional development called Changes. And each letter in the word changes is one module in that PD. For example, C, cultural competence is a journey for all educators. We know that. So we make sure that we're cognizant of the cultural competency continuum. It leads from the least proficient to the most proficient when it comes to being culturally competent. H, hierarchy of privilege and power requires reflection. We know that there is privilege and power in our schools. We know there are privilege and powers in our community, so we must be mindful of that. A, accessing the impact of bias in our schools. We know that implicit bias is there, and that's dangerous because implicit bias is in our subconscious. It causes us to act and behave in a certain way based on what we see. N, knowing societal factors that impact students. Poverty is not a culture. However, poverty does play a role in a student's ability to be academically successful or successful in schools in any other way. We need to make sure we are addressing that. G, garner the know-how to defeat a deficit mindset. And as a true example, when I went to school, a gentleman asked me, where'd you go to school? I said, I went to Virginia. And he asked me, Virginia State or Virginia Union. Those are two historically black colleges in Virginia. And I said, no, I went to University of Virginia. And he said, oh, UVA, that's a tough school to get into. Well, what sport did you play? And I was like, why did I have to play a sport to get into UVA? So be mindful of what we say. Sometimes the hearer doesn't receive it the way we intended, so be mindful of that, please. E, engage in culturally responsive teaching practices. Know the 4 factors for culturally responsive teaching. They are promote inclusion, enhance positive attitude, make a lesson meaningful, and promote competence. And the last letter, strengthening student engagement, is a never-ending journey. We know that, so that's why we're going to continue to push this forward and make sure our students are in the best possible situation they can be.